Welcome to another tutorial from BlenderMark, or me. In this tutorial we're going to model this abstract architectural structure that you see in front of your eyes. So we dive into Blender, and there I have actually deleted the default cube, but we can bring it back. Here it is. Yes? We can raise the default cube location, and what we can do is that we can delete the top face and the bottom face to make it easier with the modeling process. What we can also do is add edge loops on the vertical and add a subdivision modifier. We can increase the viewport level amount to, let's say, 5 to make it nicely smooth. We can take the bottom edge loop and the top one and go to loop tools and circle those. So we got a nice circle, as you can see. Now we're going to increase it in size. Let's say we want around a 10 meter high abstract structure, layered structure. So what we will do is we're going to increase the scale by 5, but in relation to the 3D cursor pivot point. The transform pivot point, I'm gonna change it to the 3D cursor, and then when I scale multiplied by 5, it is actually now around 10 meters high. So what I'm going to do is then subdivide again, and then what I'm going to do is basically extrude 3 faces and then scale them excluding the Z axis, the vertical axis. Yes. So it looks a bit comical at the moment, but that's okay. That's okay. What we can do is we can mean crease. It's like a mean, yes. It's a meme grease. Okay, and then I'm going to delete these bottom ones, so you get this kind of structure. Yes. Okay, this is our base structure that we are going to start with now. Then we just gonna, like, we can make one side bigger. We can just modify it kind of by our own discretion. Maybe I'll add 2 here as well. By our own discretion we can modify it as we please to create a kind of, that each entrance point is kind of unique, yeah? You? Okay, I'm not mocking you, but I'm mocking myself. I'm like a mockingbird. So you kind of modify, make it pretty. Everybody likes pretty and shiny things. That's what my girlfriend says. Not that she's like referring to material stuff, but more like to the character of a person, you know? So yes, you can kind of create any shape you like, and even in the, like, now we got around a height of around 3 meters, which is okay, but you can create variety in the height of the tunnels as well. Just for modeling purpose, I'm changing the pivot point to medium point, so the transform, you can use, you know, use G, but sometimes I just like to be basic bitch and use the arrows. Blame me later, or not blame me. You might also not blame me. what I will do is add some edge loops to create that top level variety of the tunnels. You see? You see that? I think you see. Okay, you've seen it now, so we can move on, yeah? One nice thing is that if you want to move any vertices while respecting the normal of the plane, like the flatness of this plane, right? What I do is I change the transform pivot point to active element. I first select the point that is going to move, and then I'm selecting the point in which it will move away or towards from, that which is the second one. But this one is still selected, and then you scale it, and you can like scale it like this. Yes. So I think this is a nice one. Oh, and then you just press the left mouse key. And this one you can do the same, so it looks kind of cool, yeah? You create a kind of cool effect, and you can do it like this. Oh, so artistic, you know, I'm such an artist. You can say to yourself then. And make your girlfriend happy and all impressed and shit. Okay. Yeah. We can make like this kind of thing here, like this part of the chin, of the neck, you know. It's all about the neck. That hole in the neck. Yes. Yeah. Okay. You know, I should make it myself easy and go to the subdivision modifier tab and press this little button. Wow, it's magic. Why didn't I do it before? I always do. Just not this time. Just not this time. I don't know why. Blame my parents. Anyway, I will scale this thing down like this. Should I rotate? Create like this weird thing. Should I rotate this as well? Maybe. So I scale it down like so. So and scale it out. Create a shape. Create a nice shape. Okay. Like some kind of food item, yes? Like some kind of, you know what they call them? Wow, don't know. How do you call food? How do you call food? Food is called food. Like this. Like some noodle, some dimple. No, not a dimple. I don't know. Anyway, so I want to make it more to create this look, you know, that it goes down, that it kind of moves away and stuff, you know, stuff. Just don't forget to say stuff once in a while in a YouTube tutorial. Okay, so I'm modeling actually in real time. I'm just moving very fast, you know. I'm just a fast moving Jantelman or Jantel. Okay, never mind. Maybe I should stop being so annoying for you guys. I don't know. Okay, and you also go to top view, so you get that nice view. Yeah, we're going for that nice view. Like here also, we're going for that flowing lines. It's all about that smooth flowing lines. You know what I think? You know what I think? Why not create this kind of light that goes like, you know, light that goes somewhere like this, and then this, and you know what I mean, like this, and okay, and then it goes like, for example, yeah, you delete the face and you kind of just scale it up like a tractor. A trechter is the Dutch word for a thing that starts big and then becomes smaller. Okay, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's like a thing. Okay. This is actually a long tutorial, I have to admit. It's a long tutorial. So I think you get a gist of what is to be done here. To just create some abstract shape. I don't like this. Like, seriously, when I make tutorials, time goes so fast, you know. If you want to die and fast but still feel like you've been productive, you just make constant tutorials, you know, and you feel, oh, time goes so fast. But there's so many tutorials I've made, you know. Why not? I mean, it's useless if no one's watching, but maybe some people watch. God, I'm gonna definitely lose subscribers with my annoyance. Anyway. Okay, anyway, this is a random ugly shape. I do think I want to make this different. You know, sometimes a different thing, make it like a thing. Oh, that looks way too extreme, yeah? Yeah, that looks way too extreme. So, like this. Kind of that variation. This is too sharp, yes? We can clearly see it's too sharp. So, we clearly have to modify it here. This is a no-go, no-show-go, Shogun. And I'm not watching that show. I think this is okay. We just go a bit higher to get above this 10-meter level. And also what we are going to do, we're gonna go below the 0-meter level, and then a little bit lower, like this. Yes. So now that we have this, what we do is the following. Actually, we need to create a second organic structure around it. It starts at the point, at the same point. We can turn it a bit. And what we do here is we also make it such that the lines are kind of organic, and you can make it as you like, obviously. It is your Blender file, not mine. And we also scale, or no, we extrude, and I just want to extrude to 10 meters up, well actually a bit higher, to make it such to go to 10.4. Or is it 10.5? I think it's 10.5, yeah. 10.5, something like that. And then to modify the scale here as well, to make it look like kind of an organic thing. How you like it, yeah? What makes you happy, that's important. Not your dog. Okay, so now we got kind of two shapes, I should say. What I do want to do, for the sake of smooth booleans, I want to kind of close this up, but do it in a grease way, so you still have these hard lines. The mean grease you can do here on the top, yes? And yes, what we do now is, for security's sake, what I do is I kind of duplicate it in case something goes wrong, and you can kind of redo it, because sometimes doing redo doesn't always cut it. So whenever I have a milestone in the blendering in the modeling process, I tend to do it. Yes. Okay. So I guess we can apply this subdivision. You see it's quite high poly, but this density is needed, as you will later discover. Oh, this is also not put on the 0, which we can do here. And yeah, can apply this as well. And the bottom as well. So what we do now, we put the 3D cursor to world origin as it already was, and we add a plane. We scale it up to cover this entire area of the bigger organic mesh. And what we do is then we can also apply the scale. And we can go put an array modifier on this plane. You can go to the wire frame view so you can still see the plane, because in side view, when you're dealing only with a plain old mesh, you will not see it. So instead of relative offset, we choose constant offset, and I want a height which is on the z-axis of 20 centimeter. Yes, what we have here, 20 centimeter. So like that you create many nice layers. Let's go all the way. We don't go all the way to the top because otherwise it will interfere with the boolean. So now we have these layers. I would say we can also just copy the whole thing, move it aside, just in case something goes wrong and you want to do something different. I realize it's very useful. Now, what's important now is with these planes that the normal is all pointing to one direction, which we can figure out by kind of hiding these things and increase size. It's important for the boolean operation, otherwise it becomes a pretty messy thing. So this is up, so I just hide them and check, because I know often but it seems actually it's okay. Yeah, there all seems to be what I can see pointing upwards, the normals, so we can unhide everything. So now we're gonna make the outer shape, so we add a boolean to those plain old surface, and then we select as object that specific object, which is, you know, the outer surface. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to put it all the way to 0. It seems to have a better effect. Let's see how this looks like. Okay, here you can see already that it has been properly cut out. So we can apply it and then take a look. And here we indeed see that all the layers are still there. And the normals, I hope they are still good as well. But let's assume that they are, just for argument's sake. So this boolean has been done, so we can hide it. Now what we do is we delete these 4 sides, and we can select all of this and press face. So it creates a face. Now here is the problem. Here you can see that the normals have been changed in direction, sometimes randomly for each surface. So this we need to manually change, because if you flip the normals or recalculate, it's not a solid mesh, so it will not calculate it according to the solid mesh, but just choose something random. So that we have to, so what I do, I move it a bit so I see the normal, and then I press Alt N and flip it. So here you see it is facing upwards. This is already facing upwards. So I've now reached the last bottom plane to change the normal of. So we flip it. If you perhaps know a better way to do it, then I suggest you to write it in the comments, so all the people watching this tutorial can also learn from that. So now I just unhide everything, so all the normals are now correct. Ooh. I will just save this file, layer tutorial 1, let's say. So we unhide everything. This we don't, no, yes, the big one we don't need anymore, because now we got these layers. So, okay, so we again add a Boolean modifier, and we choose this object. It might take some time, because it was on exact, which somehow is different, or exact as they describe it. I do not know. Okay, I have to wait a bit, because there are many polygons. We're almost at 500,000. Okay, I changed it to fast, because it's faster. Change this to 0. Did I choose just one? Okay. Let's see if this worked. Hide. Yes, it seems to have done decently. But here, let me just check. Oh, no, actually this is not what I needed. To just... Okay, this seems to be okay. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we can apply it. And then hide this one. So here, if you see, we got actually some pretty decent shapes, yeah? Correct, yes, it's correct. So now, this is all planes, yes? Let's put a solidify modifier. I guess we can go upwards, or let's go upwards. And remember, it was 20 centimeters. So we do 20 centimeters, so that all the gaps are filled. So, here you see, we have our abstract environment. What we can do is we can add a plane, just for the lighting, and go to rendered view and see what we have got. Okay. It seems, where is the sun? It is a sun. How does it point? Okay. Point somehow. Let's create some nice composition. Oh, where are we? I guess we can give it some basic shader to get a bit of a better look for it, yeah? Maybe a metallic, or let's say let's add a coating to it to gain some shine. It is a bit on the darker side, I should say. Maybe I should increase the intensity of the light. So here you see you can have some abstract environment. Now, for example, you can add for the normal, you can add a bevel modifier. Go to the normal map. No, so I always mistake myself. Is the normal map? No, again, do it wrong. Normal map. No, it's probably bump map. Yes, it's the bump map. Don't mind me. So we get some smooth edging, I hope. Did we? First we have to shade it smooth. Let's see if this is too big. Okay, it seems to be there's a bit of a problem, but you can get how it works. Let's add another light in the center, make it shine. Okay, so in the top here. Oh, it's probably inside, yes. Okay, see. So these techniques you can use to create a pretty nice abstract environment. I will upload this file to my Patreon page. You can become a member and then have access to all the tutorial files. As a freebie, I will also kind of add my personally created abstract environment that I created before this tutorial. It is slightly different, but also has nice lines, so just for you to play around with in case you don't like this version or your version. And just to add, in case, because you saw that the bevel shading doesn't work and also the bevel modifier wouldn't work. The reason why is probably because the mesh has some imperfections according to Blender. It could be quite a wide variety of things. Let's say if we were to investigate, go to object edit mode, you can see the vertices sometimes come very close to this edge. So sometimes you have to kind of work on that manually if you want. And then what you might see is then it works. For example, what you can do is select this ring and don't select these border ones, and let's say you can space the vertices so it becomes more smooth. Yes. What you can also do is do a limited dissolve by the angle that exists between the edges. Now 5% is a bit high, so let's say I would do 1.5, so it's still quite smooth. It looks not smooth, but because of these empty spaces, but you're just saving vertices like that. Like that you can do kind of the whole thing, and when the vertices are not that close to this point, let's say, so that a normal bevel modifier would also work, then you will see that the shading will probably also work. Of course not here because I didn't change it, because it needs to be done for everything. Even if one vertices is not allowing the bevel modifier to work somewhere, it will not allow it for the entire mesh, because this is one object, yes. Just to save time, not to do everything for separate object. But for example, if we were to separate this, okay. So does the bevel modifier work on this one? It seems not, because I didn't edit it. So let's try to add one. Ah, you see, here it works. Here we can shade it smooth. So like that when you work on everyone. Okay, I made a small mistake here, but like you can imagine if you work like that for all of them, then you get this smooth border, which of course you can change accordingly as well. Yeah, so that's just what I wanted to add, in case you're wondering if you wanted to bevel it to make it nicer. Which in the final file that is available on my Patreon, I have done for you. So you don't have to worry about it if you want to use it in your projects any way you want. Yes. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video tutorial. Yeah. Bye bye.